Hi YouTube, I'm Matt Milby and I'm making a video on wine making. When I first started making wine, I looked on YouTube for instructional videos and there was a lot of snippets of videos that kind of showed you how to do this and how to do that, but I'm going to make a complete video from start to finish showing you everything that you need to make wine. And this time I'm going to be making mead, which is honey wine, but you can make wine out of anything. As far as grapes, like Welch's 100% juice, whatever. But I'm going to show you what I already have. I have my primary fermentation bucket that's already got the honey in it. It was 12 pounds of honey that I actually bought at the Renaissance Festival, and I warmed all that up, put it in the bucket. And in the bucket, before I wash out with soap and water, and which I do with all the equipment, but you got to make sure you rinse it off really well because soap residue can inhibit yeast growth. And a couple of things I'm going to be using. One is some Yeast Nutrient, and the other is Camden tablets. And Camden tablets will basically, like if you're using natural fruit, it'll kill any natural yeast, because you don't want natural yeast, you want the yeast that you buy and you put it in the mixture, and it'll kill any bacteria that you don't want growing in there. And then I got my test tube for the hydrometer, and then the hydrometer itself. And the hydrometer, if you can see it, has all these numbers on here. One here at the top is the density of water. And as you add sugar to the water, it's going to go up. That means it's more dense. And as it ferments, the yeast eat the sugar, it's going to get less dense. And when it is below 1, because alcohol is less dense than water, that's when you know it's done. And then you can find your starting specific gravity. Let's say it's 1.090. You can turn around and see the alcohol percentage and just take whatever your starting is minus what you get done with, and it'll give you an approximate alcohol value of your wine. So that's a hydrometer. So I'm going to start off. I've got a bowl of warm water in the sink, and I'm going to crush 2 of these Camden tablets up to basically sterilize my equipment. So I just grab a spoon and a bowl and just crush them up. Try to crush them up as good as you can. Don't have to be perfect, but and then just throw the mixture in the water. Stir that up. Now anything I put in there, that Camden's gonna kill the bacteria. And there's other things you can use. There's actually sanitizers and stuff you can buy, but I've always used Camden and it works. So. I'm going to grab my turkey baster, run some stuff through there. Put some in the test tube. Shake that around a little bit just to kill anything that might be in there. Sterilize it if you will. That's sitting there. I'll throw my hydrometer in there. Then I got the stir. I'm going to put some over that too. it sit. Now I'm going to be making about 5 to 6 gallons of this honey wine, depending on the specific gravity. I'll add enough water to get 5 gallons. Then if I don't like where the specific gravity is sitting, I can either leave it at 5 gallons, add some sugar, or I can, if it's high, I can just add more water and make 6 gallons. But depending, if you're going to make 5 or 6 gallons, you got to have a carboy that fits it. And I'll show you a carboy because you probably don't know what one is. This is a carboy. This is a 5-gallon carboy. I haven't washed it yet or sanitized it, but after primary fermentation, which is a week, I will transfer it to this, where it'll do most of its fermentation. But we'll get to that after. So I'm going to go ahead and, I'm not going to check the specific gravity yet because I haven't got water in it. And with honey, you want to have warm water, because if you add too much cold water, the honey it'll start to firm up and you don't want that. So add some warm water. Some more warm water. If you buy your primary fermentation bucket at a wine store, they'll usually have the gallons on the side. Because right now it's sitting about 3 gallons. I want to get up to 5 gallons. But I usually do a little bit more than 5 gallons, because when you rack it or transfer it from primary fermentation to the carboy, you'll have to leave behind some of the sediment. So I always put a little bit more in there just to compensate for that. So I got enough warm water in there now. So I'm going to stir it around just to make sure it's all mixed up. Now I don't know what's in this honey. There could be, anything in there, because I don't know where it was taken from. So what we do is I take some more of this Camden and put in there, just to make sure if there's any unnatural yeast, any bacteria, that I'll kill it. So I'm going to put 5 tablets in there. So I've always been told it's about 1 tablet per gallon. So I'm going to crush them up. Good. And I'm just going to add that to the mixture there. And then I'm going to stir that around. You don't want anything that's going to inhibit the yeast. That's nice and stirred up. So I still need more water, and it's already warm, so I can add a little bit of room temperature water to it.